All right, so what I wanted to talk about, and kind of I alluded to it a little bit yesterday or the other day in my last video when I talked about what I was carrying in my Helicontext Bergen now, and when I talked about the Hydrapak Flux and Seeker, and I wanted to kind of delve a little more into that and talk about that for a second, because I'm really enjoying the convenience as well as actually the durability of these things. And the Hydrapak Flux is a 1 liter bottle. It's a soft-sided bottle and it can collapse. It has one of those they call it the sport mouth or whatever, and works just fine. I'm not quite used to it myself, but it's also got a little hanger onto it, and that's what I've been clipping onto it outside of my pack. But this one is pretty dirty on the outside. Like I said, I've been using it just like I would any other bottle, and so far I've not punctured it or anything like that. And other than that, I mean, there's really not much to it. You know, it's just a soft-sided bottle. So the Hydrapak Seeker 2 liter bottle, the material's a little, I'm not going to say it's thinner, but it's a little different. The Flux is probably more durable than the Seeker, but the Seeker is also extremely durable. So, I mean, to me, there's not much of a difference in the two as far as material goes. But it is 2 liters, and it's got several attachment points here, as well as at the top, and a handle. And I just keep a string on it so that when I'm at home, after I've used it, I can just hang it up and let it dry out. If I'm at camp and I'm using it as a dirty water bag, I can hang it up and dry it out. And I've been using this particular one for the past several months now. I think I got it sometime last year. And like I mentioned in the last video, I used this and this on a recent hiking trip and enjoyed them. Felt very comfortable as far as durability of them. Excuse any wind. I'm at the mouth of a river, so it's very windy. But on the backpacking trip, I took the Flux and put the filter that Hydrapak sells in it and used it in it. And what I found was, though it worked great in here, it seems to be, to me, more convenient to have it in the Seeker, so that really no other reason other than it's just more convenient to me. It's easier just to fill this up with 2 liters of water and squeeze a liter in here and then refill a liter in here, versus filling this up with a liter at a time, squeeze 2 liters into here, then fill this back up with another liter. So I'm refilling this 3 times versus refilling this, you know, twice. So it's a little more convenient that way for me. But as far as why I'm using these, I really just want to see what the durability of these things are. I mean, I've had 2 Hydrapak hydration bladders, and they have been fantastic and extremely durable. I've used them on multiple day hikes, hiking trips, overnights, and stuff like that, and I really like them. So that's why I've got these 2. And you know, this summer, I plan on doing a lot more trips like this out here, where I may be just out here for the day, or I may be out here for, you know, just an overnighter, and it's gonna be hot. I might be just coming out here to go fish all day and all night, and I'm not gonna want to start a fire to boil water or anything like that, or to use pure tabs and in these things, because I just don't want to deal with the taste. And I'm going to be going through a lot of water because it's going to be summertime. It's going to be hot and muggy and everything like that. So having that filter, it just makes that much more easier. And as much access as I have to water where I'm at, I don't have to worry about, you know, dropping the tablets in there or anything. I have the tablets with me as backup, but my main one's going to be that filter. And from my understanding, I believe the filter is good for, like, if I remember correct, I want to say 1,500 liters. I might be wrong on that. For me, the way I look at that filter, you know, to me it's a use it for the spring and summer, maybe early fall, toss it and get a new one. Hydrapak, I believe I don't remember if I read on their website or I read with the little card that came with it, basically said use it for a year and then chunk it. So I'm probably just going to use it for, you know, this spring, the summer, maybe early fall, and then I'll chunk it and get a new one. And they're super easy to clean too. Just take them, unscrew them, stick them in some water, like some clean water at home, and swish it around and stuff like that, so you can break up the debris if there's any debris or anything like that in there. But the flow rate, I mentioned it before in the last video, the flow rate on these things is absolutely amazing. Way better than a Sawyer. Granted, you're not going to filter as much as a Sawyer, but it's a lot more faster flow rate than a Sawyer. I can refill these 3 right here a heck of a lot, or if I had the filter in here, I can refill this thing right here a heck of a lot faster than I ever could the Sawyer. Not saying there's anything wrong with the Sawyer, because I do love it. And for long-term durability, or long-term sustainability, if you're out here for maybe with multiple guys or multiple weeks or days on end, Sawyer's probably going to be a little bit better option. But for 2-3 days, this right here, one person, great. So I just wanted to kind of touch on those. Again, I'm mainly just seeing how durable these things are for the summer. These are going to be the only 2 containers of water that I'm going to use when I come out here during the summertime. And again, that's just to see how durable they are and to see how well they hold up. I feel pretty confident in them that they're going to hold up, to be honest with you. I've not been gentle with them. You know, I don't have to really worry about sharp rocks or anything where I'm at. So thorns and stuff like that, it's a different story. I mean, thorns here, there's thorns all along this bank. But yeah, they seem to be holding up. And something else, little tip or trick with these soft-sided things, these soft-sided bottles and stuff, it's easier to either fill them up from a faster flowing water source, or to take something like a nesting cup or something like that, use the nesting cup to fill it up. Because when you stick these underneath the water, it has a tendency to collapse due to the water pressure. So those are the 2 options that I do, or I would recommend you do. And I usually just use the cup because we have very slow flowing water where I'm at. Most of the rivers here, you know, they're basically lazy rivers. And yeah, I just use a cup and just pour it in there. I have that Tokes cup that I just used. I actually just recently added one of those little folder cups, mainly so when I'm out here with my dog I can have a little water bowl, but I can also use it to fill this up. So yeah, that's just a short little chat on these Hydrapak Flux and Hydrapak Seeker, as well as the 42mm screw-in filter that works for both of these. Hydrapak also makes a sort of a kidney shaped canteen that filter does not fit. So, you know, if you want to have the option of having the filter in either one, or get 2 filters and have a filter in each one, I'd go with this one. That's why I chose it versus the kidney shaped one. So, and you know, if you stick this in a pouch, in the a nesting cup will fit on this thing. So if that makes a difference to you, that's might help you out there. But yeah, that's enough on talking about this right here. I'm going to actually fill this thing up full of water and do some more fishing and head out through the swamp and hopefully cover a couple miles today. So if you want to know, if you have any more questions on these things right here, let me know. This isn't a review of these, just an overview. And at the end of the summer, hopefully I can kind of give some thoughts on these things and let you guys kind of know what I think of them.